Hello. Hi, Felice. How are you? I'm a little late. I had a little technical difficulty. How are you doing? Look at my lips. It doesn't come off. I love them. These are like, where have I been my whole life? Like, this is the easiest thing. I want them to come out with like more cool tones. I love them. Felice is like a genius with the lips, and she has like all of these. And I'm going to go to her house and raid her drawers. We had fun together. How's everybody doing? It's so hot here that, and I'm freezing in my house. Like I had to put like a little sweater thing on, but today, I mean, I was in like shorts and a tank top and ugh. Great. The boys and Scott were in Northbrook. They brought home the car. Yay. That's fun. I'm so glad to hear that. Your boys finally convinced him. Who else is here? Say hello so we know who's here. Put your comments in the chat area. So yesterday, we lost power here for a short time. Yes, we had fun. I'm glad you like the Chanel lippies. Oh my gosh. Okay, so when everybody gets here, I want to tell all about this, but I have never been a liquid lip person. Like I'm the most anti-liquid lip person that's ever lived. People show me like a matte lipstick and I'm running the other direction because I'm the one that's got 97 different kinds of lip balm just everywhere. In fact, I just ordered all the new ones from Phytosurgeons and I'm so excited for them to come. I do want to say one thing, you guys. I love my bronzer and I have been using it a ton. I don't hit pan on anything, like ever. How am I already hitting pan on this? Molly's in the car on her way to see her family. They were like, what are you waiting for, Dad? Hello. Okay, so Felice's husband brought home a car because her kids convinced him. She and I met up at Nordstrom, and have you tried this yet, Felice? Like, so they gave us this stuff. I looked it up online. I was like, wow, I really like this. I think I'm going to start using it all the time. This bottle is $175. And even I thought that that was like crazy. So I'm going to conserve it. But we went to a Nordstrom event and Clé de Peau was there. I gotta drink something. Clé de Peau was there and Felice got a new match to her. Have you guys tried these Pellegrinos? Oh my God, I love them. Felice got a new shade match and she loves it from Clé de Peau. And it was the Nordstrom sale, so there was all kinds of stuff going on. I don't want to forget to mention this. Lipstick day. Lipstick days are like today, tomorrow, the next day. I know MAC is doing like 40 off and 30 off. There are going to be all kinds of lipstick deals all over the internet tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled. So Becky's here. Hey, good to see you. They were like, what are you waiting for, Dad? They went and looked at a car, and now they finally brought the car home. So that is exciting. And Molly's in her car on her way to Duluth, where she is from, where her whole family is going to be. They have an awesome, they all like live on a lake and they sleep in like a bunk room and all the cousins are there and the dogs and everything's awesome. Did yours hard pan? Yours is hard panning. Yes. It is definitely hard panning. But I'm more upset about this. I was like, what's on there? Like, what's that silver? Like, I thought it was like tinfoil or something. Hello, it's the pan. So there's so little product in here. Like, I don't understand how I've used that much of it. It's not like I'm crazy with the bronzer. I don't know. I use the CDP in your hair. Ooh. That's a really nice idea. I have so many hair oils though, like that. I don't know. I have the K18 one sitting right here. You guys tried the K18 oil? It's good stuff. Okay, so I want to talk about these lips. So Felice told me about these lips. This is the Chanel like duo thing where you put on a color. I can't do it now because I have the gloss on. But you put this on and then you wait for it to get like kind of a little bit sticky, like so that it's almost the end. And then on this side of it, you put it on and it's a gloss and it's hydrating. So you have this lipstick on that doesn't come off, but it doesn't feel bad. I mean, it's revolutionary. That's all I can say. This stuff works. So I got 3 of them and I'm probably going to get 300 of them. The other thing I want to talk about is this Natasha Denona palette. This is the Gloom palette. First of all, funniest name ever after she did Bloom. Now she's doing Gloom. This seems like it should have been like a Halloween release to me with that name. I looked at it initially and I was like, what the hell is this? This is like she's throwing colors together again that are like, is my camera weird? She's throwing colors together. And I was like, these colors don't even, I don't even understand like how she came up with these. So I'm going to show you the 2 mattes first. Now remember, we've been seeing a lot of green. Am I on the wrong camera? Okay, no. Okay, here we go. So these are the 2 greens. More green, because we haven't had enough green yet. But, I mean, with Natasha, like, I mean, we love her. Look at that pigment. It's, like, ridiculous, these 2 mattes. Then, I need to grab my wipes. Okay. Sorry. I'm like heat stroked. I haven't had dinner yet. I've been like fighting with my computer, trying to get everything together for this deep dive that I did. The refill is so flimsy too, but dang, it's fantastic bronzer. I love it, but I can't believe that I'm blowing through an $80 bronzer. It's insane. Okay, so then after you have the 2 greens, I was like, what are these colors? Because you really couldn't see them online. They just looked like she was just picking out like whatever. So this is like a pinky tone. And this, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, it's definitely a blue, and it's not cornflower. It's shiny. It's sort of teal, kind of not. It's an interesting color. And then we have this like really pretty kind of whitey champagne-y kind of situation. So here's the swatches of the palette. So we've got this kind of gleaming, kind of dirty white, kind of a cream. And then we have this mysterious, I don't know how to name it, color. I guess we'll just call it like the blue green. And then we've got this pinky tone and these two greens. And I was like, this is such a weird combination. I felt like she took maybe one eyeshadow from a palette that she had over here and one eyeshadow from a palette she had over here. They're not repeat shades, but I just thought like maybe, you know, like I'm sure she makes more shades and then picks the ones that go into like the larger palettes. And then there's probably some left over that don't go in that palette, but maybe she likes them and she'll save them for another one. This palette is so pretty on. I cannot believe it. It becomes this like opal. I just started playing with it while I was trying to fight with ChatGPT tonight. And I put like this lighter green color kind of up here, like here. And then I took the deeper one and went like right behind my eyelashes. And then I started building out the other colors and I went, kind of did the blue. I want to make sure I'm going on both sides here. I'm like looking in the viewfinder, sorry. And then I went into like the pink and kind of like transitioned that. And then this sort of like champagne-y color in the center. And then I took like a little brush and I went into the kind of lightest color right here, just to give like an inner corner highlight. This is so pretty. I don't find it gloomy. This isn't gloomy to me. This is like, it's really pretty. Becky says, are these similar to the Yucca palette? Because I threw it out today because I could not make it work with your olive skin tone. You threw away the Yucca palette? Like completely in the garbage? Or just like away, like you don't want to look at it anymore? The Yucca palette is unique. And I think that the trick for the Yucca palette is you kind of have to pick a tone, like one matte and one shimmer. And really, with her palettes, you can either use a row. She arranges them this way. You can do a row going down. You can do a row going across. You can also do quads. So anything that connects is a quad. And if you look at them, they're situated in a way that you could make quads, even though, you know, they keep sharing each other's quads. And then also you have duos. So anything that's like next to each other, she says you can use as a duo. So you have these like options. And what I usually do is like, I'll take a look at the shimmer shades because that's like what, you know, that's the fun part, right? And I'll look at the shimmer shades and I'll decide, okay, this is seeming like a little yellow for me, maybe not so much. This has like too much orange in it for what I'm wearing. Kind of liking this, but it's a little bit darker. So maybe I'll go into the palette then and pick out like one matte tone and do that, and then just kind of highlight with one of the shimmer tones. Don't put it in the garbage. She says it's really in the garbage. Don't put it in the garbage. We can make this work. Seriously. And even if you ignore the greens, the metallics in here are so pretty. I think you can really do it. I think what you have to do is put it on instead of like a skin tone primer, maybe you need one that's like more white so that the colors really show up. I'm sad that you're hating it. I feel like it should go somewhere. Hi, Rabbi Raz. Your look is beautiful. And Rebecca did a look this morning that was beautiful too. It's not like yucca. Yucca is warm tones and the gloom is cool tone. I agree. The gloom, the name, if we're going to call all of the cool tone palettes gloom, I'm in. I don't care. Call whatever you want. These are so pretty, and you do not need to wear like 17 of them like I have on today. You can actually just pick like 2 colors, 3 colors. We're so used to working in quads again. I feel like palettes like this can be somewhat overwhelming. You know, like we're not even used to this anymore. We're getting these very like curated quads right now. And the colors are there and they're all meant to like go together. As much as I can't stand the fact that these do this and it's hard to keep the mirror up and they're tinny, the shadows themselves are really beautiful and very easy to use. And I'm finding that I'm reaching for these to like build up a look. So maybe with yucca, you would use like some neutral tones from a palette that does work for you. And then just maybe start with the chocolate brown. I mean, this is like a really neutral tone. This green, I think, would be pretty with olive skin. I can see like where I would not be getting into these oranges in any way, shape, or form, but most palettes have redeeming value. Now, I could argue that for me, this one did not. This one could go to anybody who would tell me that they would use it. Like the circus palette. It's upstairs in the garbage. I may get it back out and try again. Don't throw it away. We're going to figure something out. I would have to call it grunge. I absolutely agree, Rabbi Raz. It is grunge. This is a nightmare. I don't even, this is like Halloween. This is like paint kids' faces at a birthday party. I don't get it. Well, I don't get why I bought it either. But with this one, I think there's hope. I really do. I think that there's hope. I think you just have to sort of ignore the orange, stick with the metallics, and choose maybe the brown or the green, or even this bright green could be fun. Maybe this tone. You got to kind of play around and see what direction you want to go. Okay. Having said all of that, I want to circle back on these. I'm having fun with these. They're a pain in the ass, but they're fun. These are the Victoria Beckham Color Wash Blush Tints. And the color itself is beautiful. And the thing that's so cool about these is that because your skin shows through, they kind of go on any skin, you know, the color. Because what happens, like this is the one called Coral. And I remember when she did the coral lip, when she had those lip tints that dried out your lips and they were horrible. Coral is a very hard color for me to wear because it really leans so orange. And if I pick a coral, like I have one lipstick that kind of sits in the coral family, but it leans pink. So this, when you put it on, is very orange. But when you blend it out on your own skin, because it's me underneath here, you really get, let me do a little bit more so that you can see it, so I can get like rubbed it all away. There like wasn't enough. But what you get is a color that works because you are part of the equation because it is so translucent. Like it doesn't look scary. Now you can definitely build up the pigment on these and play around with it and stuff. And they do stain eventually, but unlike a lot of the other stains I've worked with, you can manipulate this and you can get rid of marks on your cheeks. Like it doesn't do that. So those are good. Okay. There's like nothing that came out this week that I could see, but I'm here to tell you another company besides Amicole announced that they were done in the US at least, and that is Addiction Tokyo. They came forward today and said they're pulling out of the US. I think that it's going to get a little bit harder for us to get product from other countries. And we may have to live with some of that for a little while. There are going to be so many sales that you're not going to be able to keep up. This is the time of year where they purge. Companies purge their products right now because they have fall and holiday coming all at once. So you are going to see every single department store will do like a 15 off. You're going to see sales at the brands, and I think the sales are going to be pretty good. I think you're going to see a lot of 25s and even 30 offs. I think that they have to offload the merchandise that they have in order to have capital to pay for the merchandise that's coming, at least for some of these businesses that are struggling right now. If there are brands that usually don't go on sale, like at department stores and stuff, it's a good time to grab those things that you wouldn't normally buy at full price. But unless there's something that you cannot live without, I recommend that you kind of do this, stay in your lane, get your skincare on sale, and save your money, because we are getting a whole lot of stuff coming. And I have seen, let's see. I have seen, why is Instagram not available? Did we talk about Amit yet, you guys? Amit Beauty Talk posted some pictures of Chanel. She did not get a warning, and they booted her off, like took away her entire account. It's been like a total nightmare. And I feel so badly for her. She just got to 10,000 subscribers. And it just shouldn't be that they're kicking people off like this. Instagram is a photo sharing app. We share photos. It doesn't say that you have to share a photo from, you know, this place or that place. We are getting 4 quads. And I want to find the right pictures to show you. All right, this one's pretty realistic. So there are 4 quads coming. The theme is buttons. And if you look at them closely, they're all different patterns of buttons. I think this is a good picture. Let me see what else I have. Okay, so that's one of them. That's another. That one's got the purple. This one's got kind of an icy blue that I think is interesting. I'm thinking about this one. This one seems to be different colors in every picture that I've seen of it. Hey, Jocelyn, welcome. I'm actually excited about this one because I love a good neutral, and these seem chocolatey enough that this warmer tone I don't think is going to bother me. I did go in and look at some of my palettes just to see if I had anything like it, because I started thinking to myself, okay, these are reminding me of some palettes that have been around and not that long ago. So starting with Delices. Does anybody have this palette? This palette came out, I want to say it was like a spring palette. I don't remember if it was last year or the year before. That had these pastel colors. They were very, what we all thought was very like Asia influenced. Would really only work on some very, very light skin tones. It's number 68, Delices. This reminds me of like all of them. Jocelyn has Delices. The pigment level of the blue one seems light. I have Delices. I love the yellow shade in there. So, and in these other palettes that we're getting a lot of, I don't know if they're repeat colors, so to speak, but when I look at these, I see for sure they're still in their peach moment. The peach moment is like the trend that won't die for me. Could we be done with the orange yet, please? We've had a lot from them. Although, you know, Chanel's been quiet for a while. These shadows also reminded me of this. Now, not necessarily this blue because that's more of like a silvery kind of color, but the other three colors, there isn't a white, but this kind of like sort of peachy, sort of browny, beigey color comes up in this palette. And then I really was thinking back, and this is one of my favorite palettes maybe ever that they did. This is Mediterranean. And this palette, I save it for special occasions because it is just so beautiful. I don't know if anybody has that. They are just like these really beautiful metallic-y shades that have enough like pigment behind them that you can wear them like as a matte, some of these colors, but they're so sheer and so pretty. I just really love them. I like the Rivoli dupe. Oh, I have Rivoli. Which one is the Rivoli dupe? The one with the purple? You talking about the one with the purple? Rabbi Ross says, I'm not sure I will pick any of these up. I'm not thrilled with the color stories. Maybe the Rivoli dupe in the upper right-hand corner. Let me grab Rivoli. Okay, so here's Rivoli. Rivoli happens to be one of my favorite palettes of all time, period, of any brand. These colors are so classic, classy, rich, beautiful, without being brown. They're very plummy. I find it to be a lot like this Hourglass one that I just picked up. This is called the Modernist. I need like 7 hands. I feel like an octopus. They kind of remind me of each other, you know? And I could see where there's definitely some of these same tones going on. They're very sheer. Very, very sheer. The upper right looks different, like a different quad to me, not Rivoli. I missed the Mediterranean, sold out in minutes here. I still look for it online. I have Mediterranean. It is beautiful. Rivoli dupe is the one with the blue. You know what this one reminds me of also is, you guys remember when they did the ones that had the gold inside of them? Do you remember there was like there was like 4 palettes that came out together. I think I have one of them. Oh, for goodness sake. All right. There was one called like Parure Cristal, I think it was called. And there was a pearly color that was a blue. I know I have this. It's like a bluish silver. I need to find it. I love those boxes from Home Goods. Okay. This is Perur Crystal. I find this very much like that. So thank you for bringing that one up. Look at this. I mean, this is so much like these. And I know there was another one that was almost exactly like this and not quite as it was more peachy, and this one was more pinky. I have Crystal. It is a bluish topper shade. Yeah. So I was thinking that one in the bottom left. So all I'm saying here is that at what I'm guessing is going to be what, $80 a pop. Is that what we're talking about here now from Chanel? That's a lot of money. And I feel like I'm sad that they repeated colors throughout these palettes. Like, I feel like if you're going to put 4 palettes out, make them a little bit different. Don't keep repeating the peaches and the yellows. And I don't understand what the point is. If they want people to buy them all, I'm guessing that would be their goal. They're trying to make money. But I don't understand the repeats. Now, this collection is coming out at the end of July. And it is only eyeshadows. That is all that this drop is going to be, is eyeshadows. The one that is coming after that, and I have pictures of it that we'll look at next time, there are some powders coming that are in smaller containers that you can like bring with you. I agree with you about the repeated shades. Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand. I have to say, like, if I had to say like which ones I think I'm going to pick up without touching them or anything, I'm into the chocolate story. I feel like those are shadows that I would use. I love a brown. I love like a not too warm of a brown, but I feel like at least with 3 of those colors, they'll work for me. They seem like they're on the cooler side. The one with the light blue kind of has my attention. There's something about that purple that screams at me. It's a lot of purple, and I'm not sure that's the color I'm looking for when I'm thinking about a purple. And the one up at the top left is just kind of meh. I don't know if I want meh when it's $80. What do you guys think? Please. Tell me your thoughts. Am I like completely, please, if I'm missing something here, please tell me. But I think they all kind of are a lot alike. These might be ones that I wait for to get to a department store so I could at least swatch them. But these, like so many things, were not made for our market. I don't know what a melanated person is going to do with these eyeshadows other than maybe the purple. I don't know. A lot of meh. I would only want 1 shade from each quad. Ooh, that'd be fun. Let's pick shades. I love that. Felice, what are we saying? I'm going to have to see these in person. The one with the purple is a hard pass. And I love a lavender. I love a lavender. Becky says, I have 10 Chanel palettes I need to use, and they are still as pretty as and they are as, and sorry, I can't, like, I don't know what is going on. And they are still as pretty as these. Yeah. I feel this is what my essay said. So I'm just going to say it to you the way he said it to me. He said, Michelle, you are going to die, I think was the word he used. It was either die or love, you know, something very dramatic, the holiday collection. Save your money for the holiday collection. You're going to freak out. He said freak out. You'll know when I know. This little group here, it's more of a violet than a lavender. Yeah, it's a strange choice. I mean, if you're going to go bold, I mean, I guess. Why does each one of them have peach, and why are there 3 palettes with a yellowy-ish color? And they all kind of have like a beige. I don't feel that there's enough differentiation here. Like, I feel like you could wear those, and other than the purple, that's going to be the dead giveaway. They all are kind of, they're okay. Now, the 3 palettes that just came out from Dior. I don't know if I have photos of these. Let's go to the Dior site. Okay, so I found this really strange. They put up the wait list for these cream blushes that are coming out. I'm just going to go to new arrivals and then I'll open it. There we go. Okay, so I got all excited because I have been real excited about these new blushes that are coming. These are called the Dior Forever Blush Soft Filter. And they come in some really gorgeous shades. We've got like a fuchsia color. Well, this one is like a super deep, they're calling it violet, but I don't know. It seems kind of like Merlot to me or something. And then there's Oud. And then we have Petal, which is sort of like the peachy pink. And then we have the Peony one, which is kind of like a dirty pink. And then we have Bloom, a coral. And Daisy's like a peachier tone. And we've got Lily that's seems like your precious pink. I every minute like of the day, I'm like, are they coming out yet? And so when the thing came up on my phone, like, you know, if you shop at Dior or whatever, come and get it kind of thing. So I signed on, and this is what came. Where is it? These palettes, these Miss Dior's. I don't know why this keeps popping up and then going away. Sorry, guys. Okay, so there's a See what's, I mean, I'm not doing this. It's going to make me log in. Hang on. It's so ridiculous. It's like if you've made a purchase with them in the past, you're allowed to make another one. How would I even know the password for this? Here we go. So that was a heck of a password. Okay, we got in. Okay, so here is the hot pink one. And then they're calling that one shocking pink. Then this is called bold black, which I don't really understand this palette. And you guys can kind of tell me what you think here. When I look at everything that's not the middle, it looks like a spring palette, doesn't it? Doesn't it just look like one of those spring, I don't know, very soft. I mean, it's pretty, but when I think of fall, I would think of a little bit more drama. Let's see what you are saying here. Never mind, I can't get the photo or link to work. I'm a hopeless boomer. Okay, I'm a hopeless Gen Xer. Hi, Mal. These soft filters look so good. I am not into their really anything else Dior right now, and no Quince ever. I don't trust their powders at all either. I want to buy the Prada lipstick in B106 Caramel, and that lipstick may look beautiful with each of those Chanel palettes. Maybe if we showed a lipstick up against those palettes, they might be more appealing. Yeah, but they're not even going to be sold as part of a collection. They're going to be a totally separate thing. Don't you feel like they were throwing a lot of stuff at us and like all of a sudden they quit? I mean, Dior has been non-stop. They're like the new Chanel. Rabbi Ross says it was annoying. Dior has been doing that lately. It tells you the blushes are available, and then you log into the site and it says sign up for the wait list, and I want the red and the mauve. Okay. I know. I get it. It is very frustrating. All right, here's the last one. This one's called Wild Beige. Don't get too wild with your beige there. It's kind of like, do you think that they just sit in a room and do like a group think on that? I would love to know who names these colors. It's hysterical. The GR Quint I want is the 850 Darien Lilac, but it isn't available in the US. What store is selling it, Rabbi Raz, in the UK? Jocelyn says, I'm not in love with the GR formulas. I like the brown cashmere Quint, mostly for the white shade, but the cornstarch has a dulling effect. When they changed their formula over to the talc-free, they had a real pigment problem. And I don't think it was just intentional because that's the style in Asia that they're wearing right now. I think that they really had a problem. I do think that these palettes have always been a better quality than the 9 pan that they have. That's the Backstage palette at Sephora. But the ones from Sephora, I love them to help me blend in some of these weird color stories that come where you don't really have like a good matte or you don't really have like a fun inner corner. I like those to fill in other looks, and they're fine for that. I know that Danielle, her name is Fedaro Beauty. She looked at all of these, and you can go read her review on Instagram. She wasn't totally excited about these. Now, Chic Profile had the pink one on today, and it was stunning on her, but she could probably dump, poop on her head and she'd look great. Molly says, Quints are all the same as the others with different embossing. Yeah. What do you guys think about these Miss Dior? Like, wouldn't it have been cuter if they had done that on the actual cover and not as like a sleeve? I always throw those sleeves away. I know you're like not supposed to, but I never know what to do with them. Fedaro Beauty demoed the palette with the black in the middle, and she did not like it at all. Yes, she didn't like any of these very much. And I usually like what she likes, so it's interesting. So the one that's lilac is on the Dior UK site. So what are these games that they're playing with us right now? Let's just talk about this for a second. They'll dump a release in one country. They'll leave everybody else out until like everybody is crazy. Then they'll dump it into another country, but they'll hold back on some of the shades. Hello, I'm looking at you, YSL. And then all of a sudden, they'll do like another thing, and eventually everybody gets everything, but they're like playing games with us right now. I don't really enjoy it. The 850 is so pretty. Pass on the other three. I love the 4 Quints from the Canage collection. I don't need any more Dior Quints. Those were very pretty. They really were. Those were very pretty. I don't care for the Miss Dior. It's not classy, huh? Classy with the K. I hope Dior is improving the eyeshadow formula. I think Chic Profile was wearing 850 Darling Lilac, not the pink one. Fedaro Beauty liked the pink one. Let me just see what she has on. Yes, it is the lilac. I could probably pull her up on the computer if I wasn't so goofy. It's so weird. There's like, I have this reduced and there's no, here it is. my goodness. Okay, here she is with the quint. It looks very spring, but pretty. I mean, that's beautiful. Why that's not coming here? Or are they playing with us? Those are beautiful together. I think that those purple shades are really pretty. Molly, can you tell everybody how her shipping was? There's the little bag. It's a pretty one. She don't like that. Oh, there's the swatches. Anyway, you guys can check her out. See what you think. That's correct, Rabbi Raj. She's wearing 850. She said she had to work to build it up. Okay. I don't love working. She did say it required building up, but I find that to be true with most Dior and Chanel eyeshadow palettes too. I don't mind a buildable formula. In fact, I kind of prefer it because you can control the pigments. Sometimes like the Pat and the Natasha are kind of like, whoa there. Like, are you going to a nightclub or are you going to your job? It can get away from you. I asked her how much it would cost to get it. It's an $85 palette with the shipping and her fee. It comes out to just shy of $176, so double. That's a lot. Molly, how did yours come? Yes, I thought the shipping was fast coming from the UK, and she packaged it so well that it was not going to shatter, wrapped it up so much in bubble wrap. What do you think of the palette? She got the green one. I love that one. Okay. We've gotten all of this stuff done, and I'm very excited to talk about some interesting beauty newsy stuff. Do we want to say anything else about any of these palettes? Anybody want to recommend anything that they've tried lately, or like, has anybody bought any of these Hourglass? Felice, I definitely don't need the 850 then. Are you going to be on the no-fly list for eyeshadows also? Off topic, did you see NARS is coming out with their multiple sticks again? Yes, yes, and yes, and yes. First of all, you guys, multiple sticks, that was the 90s. What was it, like 20 years ago? I love that people like me have no time understanding anymore. Come on, come on. Here. The multiple sticks were such a revelation at the time that they came out, because here we go. Let's try to Okay, here's the colors. So I think it was khaki that had on one of the really light ones that's really super desaturated. The multiple sticks, when they first came out, people were like, wow, you know, like, how can you use one thing on your whole face? But I mean, I can't tell you how many times I use my lipstick for my blush. It's so easy, and I love the monochromatic look. The multiple sticks were such a revolutionary product. Like, nobody had seen anything even remotely like this. Francois Nars was like way ahead. The YSL Quad is my favorite one. Some different color sparkles in that green are stunning. I love that palette. Felice says, is the Pellegrino 0 in blood orange? It's not a 0. This is with the sugar. I haven't had anything to eat. I was like hungry and thirsty at the same time. I want to know about the Mauve Hourglass. Is it worth using the 15% off at Ulta? Different formula. Do you have Tissé Rivoli from Chanel? I can't get past the cheap Hourglass packaging. I looked at them again at Blue Mercury yesterday. They really are just an am I like am I on here? No, I don't have that Chanel. If you don't have the Chanel, I would go look at the Chanel and see which of the two you like better, or I'll do the swatches for you. You know, for the money and the luxury of it, probably I would say go with the Chanel, but I really like the Hourglass palette, and I think it's so easy to use. Like, you can throw it on before work and it pretty much will just put itself on for you. Do you mean the modernist, Molly? The mauve shimmer isn't very mauve. It does give a very pretty soft look, but not as mauve as I had hoped. Am I not on the screen? Well, let's work on that. So what colors do you guys like? Yes. Wait a minute. Can you guys hear me? Just give me a yes or no, because it's telling me I don't have any audio. I don't understand what happened here, guys. I'm so sorry. Something must have happened with my camera. Because it's saying no signal. Very strange. It's all plugged in. I'm in trouble. I love all the colors. Let's see what everybody's saying.